Well, we collect everything to do with from the various genres of theatre, music, opera, dance, drama, variety, music theatre, circus, vaudeville, all genres from both the professional and the amateur theatre. And we rely on donation of material. I mean, we're still getting the theatre programs, and they've got a huge amount of information in, you know, from what the show's about to who's involved and the backstage people and all that sort of stuff. Here we are, the Electric Spark, 1895. It was just from the Theatre Royal that used to be up in Hindley Street, and it was called the Electric Spark because electric lights were just coming into the theatres then. Occasionally we buy things, but we haven't got that much money, so it's not only all here, we've got off-site storage and things in other places around Festival Centre. The materials here for research, people can research, they can make time, and we get the material out, and then we use some of the material for exhibition 3 or 4 times a year in the showcases. What's the oldest? Probably a costume that Judith Anderson wore. She was from Adelaide, born here, and she went off to America and became huge. But she was from Adelaide, and we've got one of her early costumes from about, between 1910, 1920. What else have we got? This Fiery Angel, this is actually made of plastic. It was quite an interesting design by Ken Wilby and Mark Thompson. I remember sitting in the theatre, right at the end, a stuntman came on fire, and he was about, 2 feet away from the Archbishop dressed in plastic. I thought the whole thing was going to go up, really. I was a bit nervous. Now, where's the Kate Blanchett one? Speak to me. Oh, it might be up. It's in a box, I think. Here are some shoes she wore. Oh, it was in that Russian thing, the seagull. Kate Blanchett's shoes. And these gorgeous costumes of the Pearly King's hat from Me and My Girl, which is fantastic. And all these costumes are from Me and My Girl. Oh, this one, Rachel Beck, wore this little outfit. Well, it's interesting seeing, the different productions. I mean, if you look at the 1980s into the middle of the 90s, people couldn't get enough of musicals, and then that all sort of fell in a heap. And of course now, this is, say, 16 years later, and particularly when times get tough, everyone wants a musical. They feel good and they get people into the theatres. There's a sort of saying that the theatre at any one time reflects what's happening in society. Like during the Depression in the 30s, late 20s, early 30s, musicals and things like that were very popular. So, and when things are going well, people are more prepared to go and experiment with theatre or whatever. But I don't think, when things are grim, they don't want to be sitting in a theatre watching some turgid piece, and come out feeling miserable. What have we got in here? Various hats. I can come down here and sit in the corner and wear a crown.
What's that?
A corselet. I think Todd McKenny wore that when he in Cabaret. What's in here? Oh, a few jewels, bit of tat. When the Adelaide Festival Centre Trust sort of had their first foray into mounting musicals, they did Ned Kelly. It didn't make a huge amount of money, so they were a bit worried. But in 1980, they joined forces with Robert Stigwood and they did Evita, which then toured nationally. Yes, but Robert Stigwood started off in Adelaide with the younger theatre group playing Toad of Toad Hall. Yes, but he's made his fortune, he now lives on the Isle of Wight. Oh, where's the Evita file? Hang on. Here it is. 1980, Evita. That was an interesting story. The girl who played the lead, who played Evita Perron, had a terrific singing voice, but she'd done sort of musical, I think cabaret, had never done long runs of musicals, and she got nodules on her voice and had to be replaced. Sometimes I've been tempted, but probably wouldn't fit into any of them.